Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended, and today I'm going to be going ahead and taming myself some Acrocanthosaurus. Now, ever since they announced these guys were coming to official a couple weeks ago, I've been pretty nervous that they wouldn't spawn here on Lost Colony, but fortunately, I pulled out the gene scanner, and sure enough, they do spawn here, and I ended up checking the patch notes, and it seems that they spawn everywhere aside from Aberration, so hopefully you'll be able to get a hold of one yourself. I've gone ahead and played around with these things a lot when they were a modded creature, and they're a lot of fun, so hopefully now that they're official, even more people are going to be able to enjoy them. I think they're one of the greatest modded creatures I've ever played around with, so hopefully we'll be able to enjoy them, and I'm not really sure if they made any changes by adding them to official, so we're going to have to go ahead and test that out. But yeah, I'm hoping to get at least a pair of them that I can breed together so I can get an imprinted one, and maybe we'll go around and look for a few more just to see if we can get any decent stats. I might go ahead and add these guys to the mutation roster, but it's pretty full, so definitely let me know if you do want to see it. And I'll have to go ahead and do a little bit of testing to see where I can get their saddles, because I honestly would not mind trying to use these guys to even fight the Lost King, assuming that I can get good saddles and they perform as well as I remember them. So, I'm not exactly sure where these guys spawn. Fortunately, I have a gene scanner, so it doesn't really matter that much, but I'm guessing they probably spawn just about everywhere that a Rex does, I'd imagine. They normally spawned in very Rex-like areas in most other maps, so I'm hoping that we can go ahead and find some pretty easily here on Lost Colony, and they're not too rare. But we'll have to just go ahead and see how it turns out. I did go ahead and bring everything that you will need, and I'll just go over that real quickly while we head our way to find the first one. You're going to need a couple things. You're going to want some kibble, and I think you can use exceptional kibble. At least I'm pretty sure you could with the modded variant, but I just brought extraordinary just to be safe. You're going to want a powerful weapon. I recommend a pump-action shotgun, but you can probably get away with a fabricated sniper or an assault rifle. I think even a tech rifle can work. And then you're going to want biotoxin or narcotic. Obviously, biotoxin can be difficult to get on some maps, so narcotic may be what you're going to have to use instead, but I would recommend bringing a lot, is you're going to need a lot to take these guys down. And the taming method is relatively simple, and we'll get into it the minute that I find one, which hopefully shouldn't take too much longer. But yeah, it looks like we're headed up here to the northern end of the map, so I'm guessing they do live up in the mountains. We might have to move it, given their taming method kind of is a lot easier if you have a nice and open space, so doing it all the way up here in the mountains may be a little bit risky, and especially seeing that we're in the mountains, I'm actually going to go ahead and put on my glide suit just to prepare, but hopefully there's one right around here. Probably should have done a little bit of research as to where they spawn, but that's okay. Oh no, never mind, that's a Utai. Alright, hopefully we have one around here pretty soon. I haven't really seen one of these guys in a while. I think it's been over a year since I've gone ahead and used the modded variant here on Ascended, so I don't really remember how big they are compared to everything else, but at the very least, as long as they didn't really change these guys that much, these will be a really good option for boss fighting if you do end up playing on Lost Colony. I would really recommend these guys, just given my experience with the modded variant. Though I should probably go ahead and actually test out the new, I guess, official variant instead of the modded one before I go ahead and make any recommendations, but yeah, we're getting really close, so there's probably one right around here, I'd imagine. Yep, there he is, and level 60. Alright, that's not great. So, yeah, I think I definitely want to go and deal with that, though. Okay, what is up with that Rex? Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and ignore that, and I'll figure out what's going on there later. But yeah, we're probably gonna need to take this guy out, but I just want to quickly check if an Aureliax can pick him up. Just hop down here and see. Can I grab him? Doesn't look like I can. That could be a little bit of a problem. Let me just try and get a little bit closer. These trees are kind of in my way, though. Yeah, I'm guessing we can't pick them up. Okay, that's going to be a bit of a problem then. Alright. I guess we'll just have to go ahead and take this thing out. So, Not really sure if this is the best way to go ahead and do it. It probably isn't, but yeah, there we go. Alright. Definitely don't want to shoot him right now. I'll wait, and I probably can actually just go ahead and have Mischief help out here. Fortunately, these rhinos might end up causing a couple problems here. Yeah, as you can see, he's swapped on over to shield stance, which you'll need to go ahead and use that for the taming method, which is why I'm not going ahead and shooting him, because I don't want to tame myself a level 60. That's really not worth it. So, just need him to switch out, though I think I can actually use a projectile weapon, so let's try this. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Alright, let me just switch this back into standard mode. We don't need to use up all of our arrows and durability today. But yeah, so yeah, that's an acro. That's just a glimpse of what's to come. But yeah, I will probably have to go ahead and find one of these guys. I'm assuming they're not too common here, simply because, I mean, this is not really the biome I would think of these guys spawning in. So yeah, let me quickly just go find a good level, and then I'll bring you guys back when we're ready to start taming one. Alright, we have a 150 down there. So yeah, there she is. Little 150. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to tame her right here. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I don't think an Aureliax can pick them up. I'm pretty sure an Aureliax can pick up everything that a Rhino can, so I'm assuming that this would be the same for Rhino. But we're going to need to go ahead and move this guy somehow, because she is in a really bad spot to go ahead and try and tame her on a sheer drop like that. But I might be able to lead her down here. Let's see if this will work. This is kind of close to the city, though, so it'd be nice if I could find a better spot, but I guess this is pretty slanted, but I could probably make this work. And I can't get her up the hill, so the only option is to go down. This is really bad positioning, but yeah, we'll have to go ahead and make it work. So I'm probably going to put my Aureliax away. Just make sure, yeah, there she is. Alright, let's quickly swap over, and I think I'll bring out Aurora. There we go. This should be a lot easier to go ahead and lead him around on. Come on. I like the green coloration. That actually looks really nice. I forgot how good these things look. The detail they have is absolutely amazing. Hold on. What is she fighting? Come here. Just down the mountain. Let's see. A bit more. Fortunately, the city being right here is going to be a little bit of a problem, so just go ahead and make our way through it. She's still falling? Oh, yeah. Alright, this should be good, I think. Yeah, I should be able to make this work. Okay, oh, she must be fighting Mischief. Alright, I'm going to just... guess we gotta go bring her down. It's a lost aggro. No, wait, she's just fighting something up here. Wonder if she, like, killed a dodo or something and can't eat it. Well, whatever she is, she ate it now. We're going to get a couple bites in. We're going to try and activate shield stance. I don't want to hit her too hard. There we go. Shield stance. Or once. Or twice. Third time. And she does the roar. And we go up and we feed her biotoxin. There we go. And now... back into shield stance. Let's quickly reload. 1, 2, 3. Roar. And biotoxin. Alright, I guess I should probably explain it. So, when Acros take a bunch of damage, they enter shield stance. And when they take damage in shield stance, they build up an adrenaline meter. When the adrenaline meter hits max, they enter an adrenaline state in which they will do this roar. And if you go up to a wild one with narcotic, and I think it has to be in the final slot of your hotbar, then you can go ahead and feed them like a passive tame, and that will go ahead and apply some torpor to them. Do that enough times, and eventually you'll knock them out. One thing that was added recently with ASA, in the modded variant of ASA, I should say, and it seems that they brought over to the official variant, is Acros now have the ability to do kind of a bluff roar, in which after less damage, they will go ahead and they will roar at a... I guess it's not nearly as powerful, is the best way I could describe it. It's not nearly as loud, and it kind of just looks different. And that basically tries to get you to go ahead and get closer to it, so you go ahead and feed it. Now, if you do, it's going to attack you, because it's not actually stuck in the adrenaline roar, and so it's not actually going to go ahead and let you feed it. And you're probably going to take a bunch of damage off of it. But if you go ahead and you just stay away, then it will go back to its normal attack mode, like right now, and then you can go ahead and deal with it the normal way. Now, I don't remember exactly, as it has been a while, but I think you can still shoot it while it does the bluff roar, and that can still trigger the adrenaline mode instead of going ahead and putting it back into its normal combat stance. But I don't exactly remember that perfectly, so I'm not going to go ahead and test it on a max level. Another thing I would recommend is that you bring a snow owl with you, because obviously these guys have a very violent taming method, and you need to do a bunch of damage to them. And seeing that this one's pretty bloody, and it's not in shield stance, I just want to go ahead and quickly heal it up a little bit. And apparently I kind of missed, so that's not great. Let's see, let's just head down here. Alright, I think we should be good now. They do a pretty good job of making sure that you can't kill these things while trying to tame them, but my weaponry is really powerful, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to keep it alive without accidentally killing it, so we may have to do a couple quick little healing sessions like this. It's not really easy for me to tell how much health it's at, though, so I think we're good. I mean, it wasn't too injured. Let's go ahead and just hit it with my long neck. Maybe a couple times, maybe that'll work. No, it doesn't want to get in shield stance. Come on. There. Alright. And one more. Yeah, that really wasn't enough. Alright. And, yep, I killed it. And we get an acro-adrenal gland. Alright, fortunately, oh, that was really high damage. Okay, yeah. I'm going to quickly go back home and get myself a weapon maybe that isn't nearly as powerful. And then I'll try to go ahead and find another good level, because, yeah, I think my weaponry may be a little bit too powerful to handle these things. Yeah, 35 points in damage that's really painful. That probably, especially considering it was a 150, would have come out with a good damage stat. So, yeah, I'll have to go ahead and find myself another one, and yeah, I'll go grab a weapon that does less damage to try and activate shield stance, just to be careful. I'm not really sure what ended up happening there, but yeah, I will be back, and I'll just go grab a weapon that'll be a little bit more helpful for this, so hang on a second. Okay, so fortunately, somehow ARK is feeling very generous today, and has decided to go ahead and give me a 145 male over here. Obviously not as good as the 150 female we had earlier, but, you know, hopefully he'll have really good damage as well, and maybe we'll be able to go ahead and get a good damage stat anyways. So we're just going to bring him down the mountain, and this time I brought a fabricated sniper from home. Just, I think it's almost 400% damage. Okay, a little bit over 400% damage. It's not the best that I have, but I didn't want to bring anything too crazy. This should hopefully be able to do a decent amount of damage to be able to activate adrenaline mode, and maybe even be able to, activate shield stance and maybe activate adrenaline mode, hopefully without me risking killing it. So hopefully, oh, hi. Well, let's see. So, yeah, about 500 damage per shot almost. So, hopefully that can get shield stance activated pretty easily. There we go. Let me just quickly hop off my Malwyn, and we're going to go 1, 2. Okay, it only takes 2 this time. Unfortunately, I don't see the -5 biotoxin show up, which is making it a little bit difficult to tell when if I actually get the feed off, so let's see. Obviously, this isn't exactly the greatest kind of incline to be doing this on. Let's just hop back on Wither. There we go. Let me just head down the mountain a little bit more. Really wish this was more flat, but that's alright. 1, 2, oh, that's a headshot. 3, nope, reload. 4, 5, oh, that shield stance perfect. Shotgun, 1. Nope, bluff roar. Hold up, let's try this. 2. See if that did it. It did, okay. So yeah, you can shoot them during the bluff roar, and that will go ahead and apply the damage. They are technically still in shield stance. So 1, 2, 3. Reload. Let me just do this a few more times. 1. Let's just give him up. There we go. Uh-oh. I'm going to assume that Mischief got a little bit too close. Maybe doing this with a companion is better not to. Ow. Come on, let me hop on. Alright. Fortunately, he did heal up from that, though, so it should be a little bit easier to go ahead and put him back into shield stance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, buddy. There we go. Up. Shotgun, please. 1. Up. That's all it took that time. Feed him the biotoxin. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, so probably use a fabricated sniper to enter shield stance, but then after that, you're definitely going to want to use a shotgun, as it's honestly going to be better at going ahead and activating adrenaline mode just because it has the highest damage per shot, so yeah. It's honestly a pretty simple tame method, and honestly, I think it's one of the best taming methods that's ever been in this game. Oh, well, good thing we have a glide suit. I forgot that when the bluff roar, when they attack after the bluff roar, it kind of launches you very far, so do be wary about that. Have a shoulder pet that can help you resist fall damage, parachutes, or a glide suit. Either one will work. Though the glide suit's real nice, as it'll let you kind of control where you're going to go. Let's see, where is he? Oh, that's an Austin. Okay, hold on, let me just get back to my Malwin. I really don't want to kill this thing if it's good level, but... Oh, it looks... it's not tanking a lot. Oh, wait. Am I gonna regret that? Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, that was bad. Really wish I knew where my Malwin was. Shield stance, please. Stomp. Come on. Come on. It's weird that it's so resistant to being put into shield stance. That's really weird. Yeah, I need to figure out where... I need to figure out where my Malwin is, or I'm not gonna survive this. Here, let's just pull someone else out, I guess, for the time being. Here. Dozer. Oh, sure, there's Wither. Come on. Start blocking. I'm not really sure why it won't enter shield stance. I wonder if I have to be a certain distance away from it for it to want to do that. Honestly, how low it is, I think I want to get it a corpse before we attempt to go any further. Just a little bit afraid it's not going to be able to tank any of the damage I'm going to need to do to it. I mean, switching it into shield stance alone is going to do a bunch, but going ahead and then applying enough damage to activate adrenaline mode will probably be a bit much, so let's go ahead and let's just stun it. Oh, It's immune to the stun. Of course it is. I'm not really seeing a lot of creatures around here. Oh, there's a cryo. That'll work. I know that blue glow. Alright. Perfect. The problem is now I'm stuck. Alright, here we go. Head over this way. Pull out the fabricated sniper. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Shield stance activated. Quick reload. 1, 2. Not gonna fall for that. Alright, that's the 3 shots, so should. Yep, there we go. You need to go away. Alright, stay far away, and yeah, alright, we see it healed, so that means it entered adrenaline state. Even though it doesn't do the roar, as long as you see the blood all disappear, that means you're good. So, there we go. Yep. Alright, that's actually really helpful. Alright, another feed. Wish I knew how close he was to going down. Oh, there we go. And oh, did that not work? Guess not. Here, let me pull Wither over here. And I'm gonna need to repair my armor after all this. I wasn't expecting to have this be so difficult. I'm a little bit out of practice, though, so it's alright. My guess is that there's a pretty decent cooldown after you fail to keep it in shield stance. There might be a pretty long cooldown before you'll re-enter it. Oh, here we go. Just one more shot just to be safe. Yep, there we go. Alright. Oh, and it's knocked out. Perfect. Alright, take a look at the stats, and damage is still its highest, though nowhere near as good as the last one. I'm not exactly sure how much kibble they take. I'm pretty sure they take just about as much as a Rex, but it might be that of a Utai. I know Utais take a little bit more, so I'd aim just go for the same amount of kibble as a Utai. I'll go ahead and check this. I'm on 2.5 times rates, by the way, for taming, so it should hopefully only take 7 or 8. I'll just give it 8 just to be safe. But yeah, so decent stats starting out. I feel like that's, pretty basic, but a little bit more preference towards damage and health. So even if we keep that throughout the final tame, I think that'll still be pretty good. But yeah, I'm going to go try to find a female to go ahead and pair with this guy, and I'll definitely try. I'll probably head to like the south side of the map just to see if they're down there at all. And yeah, I will bring you guys back when I find one we can tame one more, and then I'll come back for this guy, and we'll go ahead and pair them together and see what an imprinted one can do. So let me quickly go find ourselves a female to pair this guy with. Alright, so I have a 140 female down below us, and I went ahead and checked the southern end of the map, and they don't really seem to spawn anywhere outside of the borders of the map, so down on the south side you can really find them from everything I was seeing on the east border. So both north and southeast border, and it's looking like just the northern mountains just all together. So maybe not the best option to go ahead and search for them around the south area, because I have found more of them up here, but yeah. I'll definitely need to go ahead and figure out their spawns a little bit more if I want to tame more of these guys, but for now, I'm fine with just the 2 of these. So I need to figure out where it went. It was over here a second ago. There she is. Go ahead and quickly reload the fabricated sniper, and now we have a Rex right there. Kind of intimidating having both an Acro and a Rex staring at me like that at the exact same time. That's a little bit concerning. Let's see, we should be able to get it into shield stance here quickly. I hope. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Defeated the biotoxin. We reload. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's one shot too many. Oh, that's fine. Worked out in the end, I guess. A little bit of distance. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And guessing by how much biotoxin I had left over on the male we tamed earlier, I'm guessing it takes about like 70 for a 150, or that was the 145. And I did end up checking Dododex, and it does seem you can feed these things with exceptional kibble according to Dododex. So I trust Dododex pretty heavily, so I'm guessing that you'll probably be fine using exceptional and should take about the same as a Rex. So treat it as you would a Rex when taming it, though. I would go ahead and put more narcotic into it. I don't really know official 1x rates very well, so yeah, if you're playing with those, I don't really know how to go ahead and tame things as well, but on my rates, I know things off the top of my head pretty easily, so alright. It's a little bit scary I didn't put enough damage in on that one, but looks like we're okay. This is a much better place to tame them. The flatter an area you can get, the better. I heavily recommend, when they were modded, they spawned a lot in the dunes of Scorched Earth. Assuming they do still spawn there, I heavily recommend that you do tame them out there, because if it's anything like the modded variant, they are incredibly common, and they are also... Ow. Good thing this is an extinction, or I would have lost my stuff. But they spawned heavily in the dunes, so if you just head out there on official, if it is the same at all, then you will probably find tons of them, and they are in just a really easy area to tame out there. There's lots of them, it's big, it's flat, there's a couple things here and there, but nothing too dangerous that will kill you, and nothing too crazy that you need to worry about the acro getting killed. It should be pretty easy to heal it back up. But yeah, so if you do have access to Scorched, or I believe the new island of Astraeos has a big desert like that. I haven't been on Astraeos for a while. But yeah, big wide open areas where these things spawn is definitely where you're going to want to be taming them. Obviously, you can tame them here on a mountain, but it is a little bit more risky. And unfortunately, I've lost my Malwin once again. Let's just... Oh, there he is. That's a very nice looking Rex. Virtually hitting it hard. Yeah, I'm guessing that might be an April Fool's update by PaleoArk team. I'm guessing. I'm hoping it is, because that's a really weird bug if it isn't. But here, let's just hop back on Wither, and we'll go and finish up the taming process. Oh, perfect. She's running right towards me already. Let's head over here. Wall some sliding. Oh, yeah. These honestly have to have probably my favorite taming method of any creature in this game ever. I've always just absolutely loved it. It's such a fun method to me. It's part of the reason why I love the pump action shotgun so much, is that it's just an easy way to go ahead and tame this thing. I find them really fun to use, and I think especially now with the addition of the attack outposts, these things are only going to get better, which I can't complain about, which we will definitely be taking our imprinted one up to an attack outpost to see how it performs. I'm probably also going to do a resource cache with it just to go ahead and get it a bunch of experience, but we'll see depending on how much time I end up having. I'll try and make it work. And alright, she is knocked out. Alright, what's your stats? Okay, 30 in health, that's pretty good. If this thing comes out with good health, I'm gonna get even more upset that I went ahead and killed that 35 pre-tame damage. That is probably the most painful thing I think I've ever done in this game, I have to be honest. That is really hard, losing such a good creature like that, but hey. I've gone ahead, I've learned now. But yeah, so both these guys should tame up in time, and while I wait for them to tame up, I might go try to find some more just to see if I can't get any decent stats and all. Again, I might go ahead and mutate these things depending on if I can find their saddles. I'll probably go into a single player while I wait for the baby to grow up that I get from these two, just to see if I can find them in the item crates, and I'll be back to go ahead and give you guys the information on that. But yeah, I'm going to go find some more and see if I can find a good saddle, if that's possible, and I will bring you guys back when I have the imprinted baby, And actually, I guess I'll bring you guys back to show off their stats post-tame, and then I'll bring you guys back when I have the baby, and then we can go ahead and take it out against some outposts or resource cache, and we'll see what we end up doing. But yeah, I will bring you guys back when they're all tamed up. Okay, so both of the Acros are now tamed up. Unfortunately, I wasn't really able to find any more on the map while I was waiting for them to tame up, so they do seem to be pretty rare here on Lost Colony. But yeah, here are the stats that we're working with. So we're going to start off with the 145 male, and we got 41 in health, which is pretty decent, and 47 in melee obviously isn't bad either. So pretty decent start there, and the female, let's see. Wait a minute. Okay, somehow they both seem to have the exact same health and damage. Okay, so this will actually be really easy to go ahead and breed them together if they have the same health and damage. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly go ahead and combine their stats into a baby that I will go ahead and raise. I'll imprint it, and then we can take this thing out and see if it'll be helpful against resource caches and outposts, though. I'm sure they're going to be great for outposts, but we'll go ahead and just test to see how well it does anyway, just because. So yeah, I'll quickly go ahead and get ourselves a baby to raise, and then I shall be right back. Alright, so I'm back, and we have our imprinted Acro here. Here are the stats that came out with after the imprinting process, and I don't know if this is the highest of every single stat that we got, but, I mean, it's decent enough. I mean, starting at 14,000 health is pretty decent, and let's just go ahead and test out the damage. So, I'm actually just going to use Training Dummy right here. Alright, about 300 per bite. That's nothing too crazy. Then we'll grab our Stomp here, which does, okay, 907, though. If I remember correctly, the Stomp attack is based off of the drag weight of whatever is getting hit by it, so not exactly sure how that's going to perform against other large creatures. Let's just see how we do against this Trike. Okay, we're seeming to do more damage. Let me just try the Stomp. Okay, that does even more. Okay, so yeah, I guess even the bite is affected by drag weight. I do vaguely remember that being a change they made. But yeah, obviously we have the ability to toggle shield stance, which will go ahead and toggle our ability to do our attacks here, which we can still bite. And then we have our shoulder bash, which does, I'm assuming, knockback more than damage. Let's just try and bite the... see. Okay, yeah, so a little bit less damage, I think, than outside of shield stance. But of course, shield stance is mostly used to gain adrenaline, which we can use to toggle adrenaline mode. So let's just go ahead and have this Dinotherium charge it up for us. Okay, this may take longer than I thought, so maybe we'll go ahead and wait to test this later. Dinotherium may take a little bit too long to go ahead and toggle it. Let's actually see if I can go ahead and toggle it by just shooting it myself. Let me just quickly take out the Dinotherium. Go Stomp attack, got that. I feel like that does more damage than it used to when this was modded. I could be wrong, though. But that seems to do a lot of damage. There we go. And, oh. Hello, Carnos. Alright, we're just going to see if I toggle shield stance. Okay, it does not stay that way, so you can't charge shield stance by shooting your own Acro. I feel like that it used to always be that way, but not 100% sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and test this thing out on some stuff. I'm thinking I want to go ahead and do a resource cache just to go ahead and get some XP on her, just so she can go ahead and be a little bit more effective before we take her against an outpost. Unfortunately, I only want to do a gamma, as I think that a beta is just going to be too difficult. So, hopefully we'll be able to find a gamma pretty quick. Also, I did go ahead and test in a single player, and you can find the saddle for Acros in the red crates that come from the caves on this map, and I'm pretty sure those have the same loot pool as the ones you can find in the city, though I've only ever found blue crates in the city. Obviously, that's only for Lost Colony, but I'm sure you can find these things just about anywhere that a Rex saddle spawns is. If I remember correctly, you can learn it at same, right? No, 77, so it's a little bit higher than a Rex. I don't think... does anything actually have a saddle at 77 already? No, okay, so it joined the holoscope attachment in 77. Okay, I guess that's nice. But yeah, I'm guessing just about anywhere where you can find a Rex saddle, you're going to be able to find these guys too. But yeah, if you're on Lost Colony, my biggest recommendation would probably be just to go through the caves. The red crates do seem to be pretty rare, but I did spawn in a bunch of them on my single player just to see if I could find one, and I did end up finding it. So, looks like we've got a beta resource cache over there. I'll keep that in mind in case things go really badly. I might be able to come back for it, because I don't care about winning, I just care about getting the XP, and honestly, even if it's just a single Drakeling XP blast, we'll go ahead and give her, I want to say it's almost, I think it's like 40-some levels for the first one, so should be a pretty good amount of XP. Yeah, alright, I'll just head around the map and try and find us a Gamma one, and then I will bring you guys back when I find it. Okay, so I found a Gamma resource cache. Unfortunately, it is right next to an Alpha Gladiator, so a little bit nervous that that thing's going to go ahead and get mad at us, but I think we're going to be okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and activate the resource cache right now, and hopefully this goes okay. Alright, I have my Veil Wind set to offense just to go ahead and help out with the damage. Fortunately, these stomp attacks should have a pretty good AoE, so I'm guessing that these guys will be pretty good at crowd control. I won't put any levels in just yet. Let's see. Saber, how much do we do? Okay, 800, that's pretty good. Ooh, Yetis. Okay, about 700, and Stomp, I'm guessing probably 14? Oh, okay, 2200. Alright, so yeah, these things are obviously going to be really good, though I am a little bit concerned as how they deal with Dimorphs. Okay, it looks like the Stomp is actually really good at taking care of Dimorphs, but obviously that is on a pretty big cooldown, so you need to be a little bit worried about that. Well, let's go ahead and turn on Shield Stance. And let's just... Oh, great, I got Bison, didn't I? Yeah, alright, so there's one issue with using these guys for resource caches. I really wish that more creatures were, I guess, immune to the Bison's ability to knock you off of your mount. I don't really know why it affects me when I'm so high up. Honestly, that's the main reason I've liked using my Ostnon, is that Ostnons are, for whatever reason, they're immune to that, so you can't get thrown off of an Ostnon when a Bison hits you. But yeah, I guess Acros don't have that nice immunity, so we're just going to have to go ahead and handle this a little bit carefully and hope we don't get any more Bisons anymore. Alright, we need to actually start trying to do some damage here. Jeez, that Stomp is just absolutely lethal. Obviously, this is a Gamma, so things do take slightly less damage, but that's okay. I mean, sorry, things take slightly more damage. I don't know why I said less, I guess they're less powerful, but anyway. They take more damage, so the damage number is going to be a little bit higher than it would be if this was a beta or an alpha or just wild creatures of the same type. Getting up there is going to be pretty difficult. I might just have to go up there myself with, like, my grappling hook. Yeah, honestly, I'm so far liking this, aside from, you know, the Bison, but I think that these guys are going to be pretty decent at it. We'll have to try out the Stomp here on the next wave. Hopefully we get some more interesting creatures that we'll be able to use it against. Let's get rid of that Oviraptor. Unfortunately, it looks like our Stego mad at me. They seem to require a lot more damage to enter Adrenaline mode than I thought they did. I wonder if that was a change to make it a little bit more difficult. They definitely are still pretty powerful without it, though, so... Obviously, utilizing Adrenaline mode is for the best, but you probably don't absolutely need it for these things to still be decent. And I'm guessing we are immune to Fear Roar. I mean, with how big we are, I can't possibly imagine that we can be Fear Roared. But I've been wrong about that before. I actually am curious, does Fear Roar work on, like, a drag weight basis? Like, is drag weight what determines if something can be Fear Roared, or is it actually just its own list? Like, are there creatures of a certain drag weight that are immune to Fear Roar, and other creatures with the same drag weight that aren't, or... Oh. Is it just all based on the drag weight number? I don't know. Apparently we entered shield stance, but that's okay. We're just gonna... Let's see, I'm just gonna kind of let some of this stuff sit around here and charge up adrenaline mode, because I really want to be able to use it. Same time, though, it's taking so long, it might just be better to wait. Once the alpha shows up, I think we'll be able to get into adrenaline mode pretty easily. I especially want to be careful, because these bison are going to be able to hit me off my mount, and I don't want that to happen. We're up at 50%. A little more. 75. Oh, yeah, the fairies are really helping. Oh, and that's not good. Yeah, these bison are just going to be a massive problem. And, oh, we're still decently charged. Just get a little bit more damage. And let's activate it. Alright, now everything should be more powerful. I think we do more damage, we have faster attack speed, and the stomp attack should now be a triple stomp, if I remember correctly. Yeah. There we go. And I think that does a bunch of knockback as well, if I remember correctly. And yeah, Bison can still go ahead and knock me off my mount. I don't know why, once you tame them, they can't do that. It's so annoying. Mutating Bison would have been a lot more worth it if they went ahead and were able to do that to Thralls, but I guess not. Alright. Now, final wave. And it looks like, yeah, our health is really good. If I remember correctly, when an Acro goes into adrenaline mode, it gets a lot of health regen as well, so that's also something to keep in mind. I don't know if that's the same now that they're unofficial, but I'm like 90% sure that the modded variant got a big regen increase when they hit adrenaline mode, so yeah, just keep that in mind. Looks like we got Alpha Raptors, that's going to be really good. For some reason, I feel like I'm getting swapped into shield stance even when I'm not trying to. I don't know if that's an issue right now or if I'm just accidentally bumping C. I don't think so. No, it's definitely happening on its own. I feel like it's whenever I try to go into whenever I try to go ahead and do the power stomp. Let's see if I can get over there. These Desmos kill me. Fortunately, if they pick me up, I mean, it's pretty easy to kill them with my sword. Oh, come on. Let me on. And, yeah, I'm just getting picked up all over the place. Oh, my armor's breaking. There we go. Alright. A little more. Out of shield stance, please. I want the stomp, not the shoulder bash. Jeez, yeah, that does a ton of damage and knockback. Yeah, some of the time that I try to go ahead and activate the, oh, well, you know what? She can handle it, right? I can just go ahead and throw some lead down range. Oh, that could be a problem. Looks like she's handling things decently. Do you see a little bit of blood? Oh, she's about half health, actually. Alright. Where is he? There. I grow tired of these games. Let me just go ahead and finish the rest of this off. Come on. Alright, there we go. That's pretty much everything now. Alright. Rest is just some stuff left behind up on the hill. There, I think. Is that bison? Yeah. Then that's over the ledge. I'll give it a second to see if it... Yeah. Oh, well, that didn't go very far. Here, let's coming around the corner. Or not. Let's quickly go. Oh, it's a mammoth. A little more. There we go. Alright. Well, that went okay, I guess. Honestly, number one issue from the looks of it wasn't the Acro itself, but simply the fact that Bison can just constantly knock me off my mount. And, I mean, she survived with about half health. I mean, considering it's only a primitive saddle and only 14,000 health for soloing even a Gamma resource cache, I mean, that's not too bad. Here, let's just go ahead and apply the extra XP. And how much are... Okay, 54 levels... Let's see, how much... And this is gonna go pretty high. Let's go for 30k for right now, I think that should work. And then we'll just go rest into damage. Yeah, that should work. And fortunately, this did give me a lot of meat, which I am going to need that. Got our mutation project in the works. That has been very, very good at consuming meat. So, it's really nice to get a hold of all of that. And let's just go ahead and crack this open just on the off chance that we get something decent. Probably not going to get anything of value, though, but you never know. Maybe this is the one time it'll actually give me something I need. Let's see. Anything else I missed? Oh, yeah, right there. Okay, I do see equipment traits. That's good. Okay. Anti-grav and shielding. Not what I'm looking for, though I am glad to see greater traits. Don't really get a lot of those, but yeah, none of those are ones that I'm really looking for. I'll take them anyway, though, just because the graders, and obviously I'll just take ammo that I need, because may as well. Put that in my turrets and any consumables. Alright, anyway, that's about all that we have now. Alright, so now that we've gone ahead and gotten the Acro a bunch of XP, I'm going to head back home. I'm going to heal her up. I'm going to repair my armor, and then we're going to go see how she handles an outpost. She doesn't have better than a primitive saddle still, so a little bit nervous to see how she'll be able to perform, but honestly, I think now that we've applied a bunch of levels, I think that we'll be able to handle it, hopefully. I'll probably try and find one in the city just because they're smaller and a little bit easier, but if there's a Gamma one right by my house, especially if it's a breeding pits, I'll probably go ahead and do it anyway, but yeah, we will go ahead and come back when I have her healed up and an outpost ready for us to raid, so I shall see you guys in a second. Okay, so unfortunately I went through the entire city and I was unable to find any Gamma outposts, so came outside the city and we found a Gamma marksman's hold. This is honestly really not one that I'd want to do, as I honestly am kind of scared of these things and their ballistas, which can be really bad for me, so we're just going to hope that this goes okay, and hopefully the Acro can go ahead and handle all this, so we're just going to walk in here and just quickly take out the ballista turret before they have a chance to go ahead and hit me, and yep, that failed. Let me just quickly do that, and I should be able to hide down here. And once that chain bolo goes away, oh, there goes my cover. Let's take out the Mega Raptor. Oh, there we go. Alright. Fortunately, now we've gone ahead and entered adrenaline mode, so hopefully we'll be able to do a lot more damage now. Health is going down pretty rapidly, though, so that's not great. And we got the other ballista. That should be all that there is. Hopefully things are going to go okay. Mischief, unfortunately, is now dead and needs to recover, so hopefully we'll be able to handle this without him. I'm guessing we probably will. And how long does adrenaline mode last for? Yeah, our damage to thralls is absolutely insane. I guess that's not too surprising, though, because they do have really low drag weight, considering they're basically just a human. And I think humans should have a really low drag weight. I mean, they can be picked up by anything. Even capras can pick them up, so should be pretty low. So, yeah, alright, well, our damage is really good, so, I mean, no surprise there, honestly. I mean, not surprised in the slightest that this thing's really powerful against these things, but yeah, so seems like same issue that we had with the resource caches is simply just if you get dismounted, you're in trouble, and unfortunately, the odds you getting dismounted are pretty high, so other than that, they're really good against all this stuff. I'm not really sure how they do it against a defense outpost. I mean, the crowd control would be really nice. And I guess I need to see, what is the, I guess I haven't tested it yet, but does the taunt roar actually do anything? No, doesn't seem to. I wonder if I need to, switch to shield stance. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that does actually... Okay, yeah, we actually do start to draw aggression now. Okay, that's actually really nice. That might actually be really helpful for doing defense outposts, actually. So, I guess I take it back. Maybe these guys will actually be really helpful for that. Might go ahead and test it. Let's just let them go ahead and put me back into adrenaline mode. Fortunately, all the thralls are kind of just able to offer up a ton of damage. Let's just go ahead and soak it all up. Maybe maybe one of the thralls that are doing the damage, but everything else. Can we just do the taunt again? Yeah, we can. Okay, hold on. Let's deal with this Thyla at least. We should probably start just going around and taking care of all of the buildings so we can get this done. Unfortunately, since this is a marksman's, I probably am going to have to go ahead and kill the boss on foot, simply because chasing down the marksman is one of the most difficult things I've experienced in this game, as he is simply way too fast, and that teleportation ability is, I'm gonna be honest, it's just a little bit overpowered if you ask me, so just go ahead and take a little bit more damage. Looks like we're making some decent progress, and never mind, progress has slowed down again. Guys, I don't have all day. Alright, let's just continue breaking everything. I want to have adrenaline mode for the boss, because I might be able to keep up with it, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get it in time. Come on, guys, a little bit more. 15. Where's the rest of them? Oh, they're all down the hill, aren't they? Yeah. Alright. This tends to happen with this layout. Oh, looks like they're being teleported up here, though. Here, let's just quickly run over this way. Oh, right, they're out of range, though. Okay, adrenaline mode may not happen. Here, we'll just get back into shield stance, and yeah, they're just unable to hit me, and yeah, we're just draining it really fast. It's unfortunate that it drains so quickly, but I guess that's fair. Just see if these Rexes can do anything about it. No, not really. Alright, we're just gonna take them out. We'll be fine. Yeah, for whatever reason, whenever I go to do the stomp, it tends to go ahead and put me in shield stance half the time. That's weird. I don't really know why. Oh. Strange little leg there, I guess. Let's take everything out. What do we have left? Couple things out of range. Grab you. Yeah, they're just stuck on the cliff, aren't they? I'll go deal with them this way. I really wish they'd go ahead and fix this problem. Oh, wait a minute, that's a Herald. You know, it'll be fine. There's an Alpha around here. Oh, it's Carno. Where is this guy? I hear him, but can't see him at all. Let's get back to our Acro so we can take on the Carno. We might actually end up failing this because he's just stuck in the floor. Yeah, either way, I feel like this thing's performed pretty well, so I can't really complain too much. Just go ahead and stomp. That just does so much damage. I feel like he's got to be on the floor, right? Man, I guess he might be on the cliff. I'll go look one more time. No, that's definitely in the floor. Yeah, no, there's nothing I can do about that. Unless he teleports out, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do to hit that. Alright, well, I guess that's... I mean, I guess we fail this then. I mean, there's no way for me to go ahead and pull him out. Maybe if I head to the other end of the area, maybe I'll go ahead and pull him. Just give it a second. No, it's not looking like it. Just quickly check that Oson's level. Oh. Okay, I'll be coming back for him. Yeah, alright, I guess we're just gonna have to accept that we lost this. But that's okay, honestly. I wasn't really gonna be able to test him against the boss of the marksmans anyway, so not really too upset about that. But we did go ahead and prove that it can take on the outpost itself pretty easily, which, I mean, no shocker there. These things are kind of meant to go ahead and raid bases, so really nice that I get to go ahead and use them for, I guess, their more intended purpose. Yeah, we didn't really get any hide or meat out of that, but I'll take what little I got. And I guess I'll take the Apex drops. Because why not, I guess. Anything else? RG Talons, Serrato Spines, and Alpha Carno. Alright, well, I mean, that was a little bit of a disappointment. I could have gone ahead and just done one of the ones in the city, but they were all betas or alphas, and I didn't want to go ahead and risk that. I mean, there was a chance we could handle it, but I felt it would just be better to go ahead and not. And that's a really nice looking terror bird. Almost feel bad killing it. Oh, now I really feel bad killing it. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's outpost. Let's see, we done an attack outpost. We did a resource cache. I mean, that's pretty much everything that I could really ask to go ahead and do with these guys. I mean, I feel like we performed pretty well, all things considered. I think that she did pretty well, and even against that attack outpost, I mean, we only lost about 10k health, and I was trying to soak a bunch of damage, so, I mean, could have gone better, could have gone worse. Obviously, I think that number one issue these guys are going to have is that the methods of crowd control, like swarming you with Bison and Desmodus on resource caches, and the ballistas with Shane Bolas on attack outposts, they're just too big of an issue to really, they're too big of an issue for me to really want to stay on the back of one of these things for an attack. That being said, though, these guys making up just your general military creature instead of, like, Rexes or something, I think that would actually be a really good method to try and handle all these world events. These guys are really powerful on their own. The, damage based off drag weight is really good because most of the creatures in, the resource caches and obviously the thralls have really low drag weight, and honestly most of the creatures with thralls ride on have low drag weight as well, so they do a lot of damage to those smaller things, and they still do decent damage to the bigger stuff too. And obviously they have a lot of ability to take damage. I mean, this was just a single imprinted one with 21 levels put into health after the 41 that we got from taming it, and we already have 30,000 health. I easily could have gone higher, and you can get good saddles of these out of Lost Colony, so I'm assuming you can probably get good saddles for them on whatever map you're on. So you're probably going to be able to get some pretty decent saddles to go ahead and help these guys tank a bunch of damage. So even if you're not going to use them as your main military creature, having them as a soaker is a good option, seeing that you can turn all that damage they deal to you into a ton of damage that you can do to them. So I really do like the switching between taking damage to get more powerful aspect of these guys. I think it's just a really fun way to play around with them. But honestly, I think that it performed pretty well, and I will probably go ahead and team up more of these things. I really do want to mutate them, as I did mutate them when they were modded on ASA, and I think I used them to fight the Manticore, but I'm not opposed to going ahead and mutating them again, as honestly, I think they're just really fun. As I think I said earlier, these are my favorite modded creature to have ever existed in the history of this game. At least the one that I normally would say is my favorite. There are some others that like to contend for that, but I've always loved the Acro. I think it's just so fun to use, and honestly, more importantly for me, the taming method is just so fun. I really like it. Still upset about that female we lost earlier. That was pretty bad, but you know what? It happens, and I guess that's a sign that maybe my gear is a little bit too powerful. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that you go ahead and tame a couple of these things. I would also recommend that you probably find a map better than Lost Colony, as once I had one of these things knocked out, the gene scanner really couldn't find any more of them. I mean, let's just see. Is there any on the map right now? No, there actually isn't. Okay, yeah, so there are no acros on the map right now. I want to say I found maybe like 7 of them on the map, so they're pretty rare here, and I guess I lucked out the getting the ones that I did. So we'll see if I end up mutating them if they're that rare. I still have a lot of projects I want to get done, but definitely let me know, because if there's some demand for it, I definitely would not be opposed to mutating them. It just might take a little bit of time. Maybe I'll save that for another map. Maybe we'll see them on Genesis Part 1 or something. But yeah, overall, definitely recommend them. So glad that they're finally added into the game, and I'm so glad they really didn't change them up at all. Though that ability to go ahead and activate the taunt, I think that is really nice, and I actually really am going to be curious to test that on a defense outpost. Never mind, it's already spawning. It's gonna quickly check it anyway, but yeah, I am looking to go ahead and start doing the alpha defense outpost, but yeah, I'm really worried to start those, but I'm gonna need to complete 20 of them before I even fight the Lost King on alpha once, so gonna be pretty difficult to go ahead and get to that point. Oh, that's just the head of the other acro. But yeah, so overall, definitely recommend you get these guys, as I've said 1,000 times at this point, but they really are fun, they really are good, and at the very least, I think that you'll probably enjoy the taming method if you're tired of just knocking things out or passive feeding. I feel like it's not a ridiculously difficult taming method like the Yeelings or the Fasolas. It's just a pretty simple and fun, different taming method that is really fun to do. So that's all that I have for this one. So thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, farewell.